Hi. What's up, gamers? This is NGT here with another review video. This time it is for Final Fantasy Crisis Core Reunion for the Nintendo Switch. I will be talking about the story, gameplay, and give you what I thought in as a rating. So if for all those who don't know, this is a prequel to the Final Fantasy VII. So I don't know if it's the Final Fantasy. I know for certain that I played the Final Fantasy way back when, so I don't remember the story. I don't know if this covers a prequel to both the remaster that's on the PlayStation or just the original. I believe this is just the original because this came out years before they did the remake for the PlayStation. I think they updated the graphics, updated the cutscenes, changed the voice actors if I'm not mistaken. So there is a lot of stuff that they did to this version of the game. So let's get into story. So the story that we have going on here is you are the protagonist is Zack, and he is trying to be a soldier first class. He is currently a soldier second class, and you want to be like the heroes that they talk about. Like Sephiroth is considered one of the heroes of the Soldier Corporation, and you're trying to be a hero. And so you have Angeal, who is your mentor, and he is training you to be a soldier first class. You soon find out very early on in the game that one of the heroes first class soldiers, which is Genesis, runs away with some of Shinra's, which is the company you work for, Shinra's stuff. So he takes a bunch of the soldiers, second class and third classes, and he has taken some scientists and some of their stuff away as well. And so your first or second mission is to go find Genesis and find out what's going on. So you go with Angeal to your first mission in the Wutai, and you meet Yuffie as a young child. I think Yuffie is how you say her name, as a young child in the Wutai tribe. And then you and Angeal are fighting. I don't remember what the first fight was, but I know eventually Angeal, who is your mentor, who recommends you for first class soldier, has now disappeared, and everybody's saying he's a deserter as well, and you don't understand why you're being told that your mentor is a deserter to the Shinra Corporation. So now you're sent to go retrieve him and Genesis, and they say, dead or alive, you have to retrieve these soldiers first class, and you are now made a soldier first class. So you are trying to be like the hero. You go on missions with Sephiroth as well, because he is also a first class soldier, and trying to get Angeal and Genesis. And you find out soldiers have blood, are genetically modified, their blood is, and a lot of craziness is going on, and you don't understand it for the most part, and you're just trying to get bits and pieces to figure out why. And you always knew that like some of the soldiers on the street will come to you and tell you, the Shinran troop soldiers, because they're not genetically modified like you are, will come and tell you, we're the only reason you guys can beat us is because you guys are genetically modified. And yeah, that for the most part, that is the story. You're trying to figure out why Genesis deserted Shinra Corporation, why Angeal deserted Shinra Corporation, and what's going on with the scientists, because scientists are getting involved as well, and what's going on with these scientists as well. So that's basically the gist of the game in a nutshell. You meet Aerith, I forget how you say her name, while doing that in the church, and you find out that the Turks are watching her. Now the Turks are also part of Shinra too. They're like, I would say, like, not the fighting class of Shinra. They can fight, but they're like the executive branch, where like they're more suit and tie organization, part of the Shinra Corporation, where you're more of a foot soldier. So you go, and the Turks are watching Aerith, and you don't understand why. They didn't really elaborate on why they're watching her. But you meet her in the slums of Midgar, and that's, Zack and her, get to know each other. I know they're supposed to be romantically involved, and the jump from, hey, I just met you, to the, hey, I already really, really like you, was too far a stretch for me. I feel like they could have explored that a little bit more, but they didn't. So that's just my thought on that. So let's go into the gameplay. I really quite enjoyed the gameplay of this one. This one's an active time battle, so you are definitely not doing turn-based battle, which was the original Final Fantasy, which was a turn-based battle. You are definitely dodging and tucking and rolling around, trying to fight using magic on the fly. I do not like the way they handled the summons and the limit breaks in this way, in this game, versus as in the original one that I played. So I remember once you got your limit break, you can pick when you wanted it to go off, or when you wanted to summon your summons, you can do it that way too. This way, it's all randomized. You can get a random limit break and a random summon. You can't pick which one you want to use. They come in varying different strengths for each one. It'll tell you what level the summon came in, and what level the limit break came in. And some are handled with the X button when you want to trigger them off, and some are handled with the L3 and the R3 buttons. So at least you can at least stack maybe two, but like if you wait, sometimes when the roulette is rolling, it'll roll like two of the same and you lose one of them. So you can't hold them very long if you're trying to like hold them until you're ready to use them. There's some like ways to like upgrade your magic, which took me a little bit to figure out how I wanted to upgrade my magic and materia. The materia is used as the AK8 magic. So how I wanted to advance my materia, and so that's how I was playing the game. I was advancing my materia and making it stronger and fusing them together, because you can fuse the magic together to make it even stronger. There are a lot of things you can do in terms of how to boost your person, and so I guess each player will cater whichever materia they like to use, whichever moves they like to use, to their own style. I generally walked around with like dark fire magic, thunder. I used a lot of osmosis, because I was like, I use a lot of magic. I like to fight further away in this game, because every time I got close, I kept getting hammered. So I was trying to be a far away fighter for the most part. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed the fighting mechanics. There are also side missions. I used the fighting missions to level up Zack, and I thought it was very a nice system. Like if you wanted to like keep doing the side missions to get your rank higher and get stronger, that was nice. I used it a lot. I did not complete all the side missions. I didn't feel like 100%ing this game, and I felt like some of the side missions were a lot harder than the mainline missions, to be fair. So I definitely beat as many as I could, but I didn't beat them all. I would say I was at 40% completion by the end of my gameplay. And speaking of gameplay, it took me 25 hours with doing a lot of the side missions and the main story to complete and beat this game and to roll credits. I didn't feel like doing New Game Plus. So I just left it at that. Now, let's give this game a rating. I am going to rate Final Fantasy Crisis Core. I would say a 4.5. It was a really good game. It was super fast, and I think the only reason I was lost in the story was because I kept doing the side missions, and I would stay hours doing that and forget what was in the main mission, and I think that's more my fault than anything else. If I would have gone straight through the game, I probably wouldn't have had that issue, but I kept like doing story then side, story then side, doing story then side, instead of just taking a time off to just hammer out all the side missions and then work through a lot of the story while I was playing. So that's probably my fault, but I really did enjoy Final Fantasy. Final Fantasies are always my favorite kinds of games, guys. If you didn't know, I've always been a Final Fantasy fan. Not everyone is gonna hit hard for me, but I definitely liked this. It was nice to actually finally be able to play it because it's been stuck on the PSP for so very long. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.